Real quick, this podcast is based on my own research, my perspective, and the stories I was able to dig up. So I might not have every detail, but a lot of this shit, yeah, it really did happen. So y'all don't come for me. Oh, and I need to warn y'all. Some episodes include violent crimes, rape, homicide, and crimes against children. So listener discretion is advised. They say Florida's all sun, beaches, and palm trees. But we know different. This ain't tourist Florida. This the truth. From Duval to Dade. Because down here, Florida ain't sweet.
It be large.
All right, y'all. We back with another one. Welcome to Florida Ain't Sweet. If you're new here, I'm your girl Pumpkin, and I'm here with my co-host
Dale.
All right, Dale. So today's episode is called Tapped In Setup.
Tapped in, set up, okay.
So you know how we get down. We got to get a non-box Chevy.
6x9s in the back.
You already know. And we heading right up north to Alachua.
That's close to Gainesville, ain't it? That's Gainesville County.
It is. Actually, for those who don't know, Alachua is about 15 miles outside of Gainesville. And if you don't know what Gainesville is, you may know the University of Florida Gators. That's where they head.
Yeah, they got a city and a county. Yeah. Alachua County. Yeah. Okay.
But this is the city we talking about here.
Yeah.
It's a small city. Small city, quiet to outsiders. But you already know, just because it's small don't mean the story ain't loud.
Especially not in Florida.
It ain't sweet.
I know.
Now, the first part we're going to talk about is a young man by the name of Jaquan Robinson. It's the first person we're going to talk about.
Okay, Jaquan Robinson.
That's before we even talk about what happened. We're going to talk about the person that we actually lost. Because, unfortunately, Jaquan loses his life in this story.
Okay, R.I.P. Jaquan.
So, Jaquan Genario Robinson.
Oh, man.
We weren't supposed to laugh. I know what you're thinking.
Because all I thought about was the comedian. You don't know nothing about no Jamario. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Because it's not even Jamario. You said Genario.
Genario. It could be Genario. Genario. But he was born on May the 8th, 2000. Which actually...
His mama was watching Comic View and Def Comedy Jam with us.
The crazy thing is, today that we're recording is May the 7th. So, ironically, his birthday would be tomorrow. He would be 26.
What do they say on social media? Happy heavenly birthday?
Happy heavenly birthday.
Okay, then.
Now, he was born in Gainesville, Florida. But he was raised in Fort White. It's another small town. I ain't never heard of it either.
I have not.
But apparently everybody know everybody the same way. Now, they described him as charismatic. He was outgoing, easy to vibe with. You know,
Not like myself.
cool peoples.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to compare yourself at this time.
I mean, those adjectives.
Charismatic and outgoing.
Easy to get along with.
Did we take a survey? I'm just curious.
You can. You waste your time, but you can if you like. I'm giving you the data.
Well, Jaquan.
Jamario.
Well, what if his name is Jaquan and I'm talking about Jaquan?
It's Jaquan.
Yeah, it might be Jaquan. I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
call him.
Jaquan.
Okay. I'm gonna call him Jay.
But here's another thing he had in common with you, actually. He played football for the Fort White Indians.
I didn't play football for the Fort White Indians.
I mean, I hope not, but you
Okay.
played football at some point.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he was kind of active. He was trying to move with a purpose. He graduated from high school, and he actually went out to Texas for college.
That's what's up. He's in D1, Juncos. There's a lot of Juncos in Texas.
It might be. I think
Okay.
it sounds like more of a Junco. If
But
he
you
was
got-
D1,
I mean,
it'll be a big story.
You got to start somewhere.
Right. You never know
Yeah.
where it could take you.
Yeah.
But he's somebody with a little motion, a little build, but like a lot of young men, he had ties still back at home. And sometimes those ties be the same ones that put you in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, let's talk about the other side of the story. His name is Lacorrin Raheem Calhoun, and he was born May the 4th, 2002. So he just celebrated his birthday. And if you know how Florida Ain't Sweet stories go, that means he celebrated it in prison.
Well, happy belated prison birthday.
I don't know.
I mean,
Is that a thing?
I don't know. That's what came out. I may have said it wrong. Excuse me.
Well, either way it go. But he actually was from Alachua. He went to Santa Fe High School. So this ain't no outsider. This somebody they from the same area, same soil for the most part.
Hey, Santa Fe.
Is that a song?
I don't know, but I feel like that's what we would have said if we would have went to school there.
You just gonna make up their own
Yeah.
they own little quarter at the football game.
Yeah, we would have came out. Hey, Santa Fe. I don't know. It was sounding good.
It sounds good though.
Yeah, when you do it in numbers, sometimes
It take numbers.
they take it.
But like always, depending on who you ask, you get two different stories. So like a lot of YNs these days, he had an online presence. Now, if you followed him back then, you'll say his social media gave off a certain energy. It's like he was moving reckless. It's like he wasn't really trying to hide what type of shit he was on. And it's even said that it felt like he was daring the consequences. But if you know, like I know, social media don't always tell the whole story. It just shows you the version that people want you to see. Because some people were saying, Jit solid. He just ain't had the right guidance. And life was already cooking him early. You always have somebody trying to play devil's advocate online.
I mean, there's a white lining in every villain. We got all of these anti-villain stories and stuff now, and you see the good side of the bad person. There is a side. I mean, it's not even on some, I don't even know what to say, but
Devil's advocate type.
There's some, devil's advocate type stuff, but that person had a human side. Even if they made a course of bad decisions, don't mean that overall they were a bad person or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that a lot of times a bad decision in a moment can paint you out to be the most evil person when you weren't. And the people who come in and advocating for you, they know you for all of those moments that they weren't present when you did go crazy or you crashed out or blacked out.
Well, speaking of advocates, he had a sister, and her name was Solil. Now, Solil spoke out one day, and she said, y'all don't know what we've been through, and y'all don't know how it happened. So it sounds like he did have somebody trying to advocate for him as well. I mean, you're right, though. I mean, she's right. We don't know. And sometimes your background matters. But so do choices.
I mean, you could have been raised by good people and just made a bad choice at that particular moment. And it had life or death or dire consequences. Like, there's many people in the prison that wasn't raised to do the shit that got them in prison.
But speaking of which, this right here ain't come out of nowhere because Jit already had motion with the system because Lacorrin, he had a timeline. So back in 2019, he was 17 years old. He caught a gun charge. He was convicted as an adult. He got probation because he was a youthful offender. But that ain't stick. While he was there, an officer went in his cell to retrieve an extra mattress. Because if y'all know, like I know, if you can get you a double mattress, it makes it a little bit more comfortable.
A double mattress feels like a regular cheap mattress. Because a single mattress, you're still laying
on goddamn concrete. Mm-hmm. But when the officer went in his cell to get that extra mattress, he started crashing out. And this crazy ass hit his head on the wall and said, he was finna tell everybody, tell the warden or whoever the fuck in charge, that the officer that came in there did it. As if they don't have cameras.
Well, he the dummy gave himself CTE.
Exactly. Now, March 2020, he was arrested again in Hillsborough County on a VOP charge, a violation of probation, for those who don't know.
That's Tampa, right?
Tampa, Hillsborough County.
Okay.
Now, July 2020, he had turned 18, of course. He was arrested again in Alachua County. This time, they provoked his probation and sentenced him to 18 months with credit for 407 days served. So he does his little time and he get out.
407 days served. He had already spent a year and 60 days in there.
So he only had 5 more months. And if he behaved himself and did what he was supposed to do, he probably only spent about 3.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Now, you would think that, all of this...
That's a long time to be in the county, though. So
Yeah.
Okay.
With all of this going on, you would think it slowed Jit down, right? Think again. Jit hit turbo. He ain't slow shit down around here. Because not long after he was released, another case popped up for grand theft auto. But lucky for him, that case was dropped. Then in September 2022, he was arrested for domestic battery. His attorney filed a motion to release him on his own recognizance on October 10th. But Judge Thomas Jaworski, I guess that's the judge's name, he denied the motion and set the hearing for October 19th. The problem is, on October 12th, his attorney filed another motion for release on his own recognizance because no formal charges had been filed within 40 days of his arrest. Which, ultimately, he was released and the charges was dropped. He free the same day.
The system ain't do their job.
Yeah. Because, going through certain legal processes, we know that I didn't know it was 40 days. I thought it was 30. That they had 30 days, 30 to 40 days. I would have to look it up to find out, to file those formal charges. So, that was on them. Now we get to the part where everything finna go left. Because I'm gonna set the stage. We at 151 Apartments. It's December 9th around 6:30 p.m. Now, this is a regular link up, but this ain't no regular play. It ain't no regular transaction because this is a setup, hence the name. So, Lacorrin pull up with his boy Franklin George Richardson. They pull up in a black Chrysler. Now, what they do is, Franklin driving, so he backs the car in next to Jaquan's car. Now, Jaquan is in the car with his cousin. So, you already know when you back the car in, what that means. I plan on leaving. I'm trying to make a quick exit.
If I have to. I plan on pulling out nice and easy. But if I got to get up out of here, I'm in a position where I can.
Precisely. Now, remember I said Jaquan got some ties back in the neighborhood. So Jaquan, he sell a little weed on the side. So he pulls up with the product. Regular business. Lacorrin get out. They had a little chit chat. What's up? I heard you got that work. I don't know how the fuck the transaction
I was about to say, you had the dialogue?
Hey, you never know. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever their conversation was.
Yeah.
Normal shit.
Yeah, but it's that gas.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, it was grass, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's that gas.
Yeah, we got it. I got it.
What year was it?
2022.
22? Oh, boy, I got that za.
That's what he wants. That's what I want.
Different marijuana terms are based on
what year it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what he asked for. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? That's why I pulled up on you. They say you got it. Well, anyway, Jaquan hands over the weed. But then Lacorrin, he tried to be slick. He fakes a cash out transaction. Like he paid and it's all good. Then slick move, he drops the bag in, what's his homeboy, Frank lap. But Jaquan, he ain't that green. He peep it. So he grabbed his stuff back. And then he turns around and he walks to the back of his car towards the trunk. And that's when it happened. Multiple shots ring out. Jaquan was hit on the left side. He fall to the ground. So now, this is supposed to be a regular play. Jaquan went in this thinking, you know what I'm saying, I'm a pass him that work.
So wait.
And he done got robbed.
You say it was a Cash App?
Fake Cash App transaction. Now the crazy
How
thing is,
how did Jaquan, aka Jaquan, know it was fake?
I don't know. Apparently, but if you check your phone, I ain't getting no money.
Yeah.
You just showing me your phone that you sent it, but I ain't got nothing in my Cash App.
Yeah, if I don't, that's not even fake. I didn't get it.
Yeah. But they gotta paint it some kind of way when you're writing an article.
I know, but I guess I'm trying to understand because, like, COD.
And that's why a lot of niggas, you know what I'm saying, they don't even take nothing but cash.
No.
I ain't got time for it.
Like, that's another podcast.
Another topic.
COD.
Right. Just bring me my cash. Now, you remember his boy Frank drove him over there.
Yeah.
So, Frank Flaw ass, he done drove off and left his homeboy there.
Dang, man.
Because right now, Jaquan, they shooting. Jaquan shooting. Lacorrin, he shooting. Because remember I said Jaquan went to the trunk. Because he outside of the club and they think he a punk.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's only a handful of people I want to be in a car with if I ever get in a situation where I have to be shooting at somebody and they're shooting at me. There's only a handful of people that I know that I feel like would stay. Most people, like, you know what I'm saying, your natural instinct is to run. Like, at first I'm like, Franklin, you soft. But I don't know Franklin and Jaquan's relationship. He could have been like, I'm just giving this dude a ride. I ain't signed up for this.
Yeah, that's going to come up later, so hold that thought.
Okay.
So they both shooting. And people that's inside, because they're at an apartment complex, so they calling the police. Hey, they shooting out here. They shooting. All I hear is gunshots, man. Y'all come get them. I don't know what's going on. Now, they pull up and they find Jaquan. He's still alive, but barely. They rush him to UF Health Shands Hospital. But on the way to the hospital, he was pronounced dead by paramedics.
Yeah, because they were in Alachua?
Yeah.
That's not close.
Well, maybe Shands got a branch over in Alachua. You know how they have, like, certain branches in different cities?
That's the trauma centers in Gainesville.
Well.
Like, that's why, like...
Well, they would have had to drive 15 miles.
You want to move to the country? I cannot be too far away from a trauma center.
It's 15 miles, they said.
15 miles?
Yeah.
15 country miles.
I just say 15 miles.
No, that's country miles. You know it. Have you ever heard of Fort White?
They ain't in Fort White. They in Alachua.
Have you ever been there?
No, I ain't trying to go.
Because it's country miles. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ain't shit in Fort White. But, meanwhile, because remember, at this point, Jaquan, he's died. But Lacorrin calls 911. Hey, y'all gotta come get me. I done been shot. Police find him laid out in a nearby cow pasture. He was shot near his armpit. He was in critical condition, but he was still alive. So you're right. They definitely got there in the goddamn country for him to run into a cow pasture.
Yeah. If you were in a real city, you run to somebody's house and you knock on the door and ask them to call the paramedic for you. You know what I'm saying? However far you run, you know what I'm saying? You run into an establishment, a gas station, or you run to somebody's house and you bang on the door. Hey, I've been shot. Call. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a different life, I knew dudes who ran and they called and they knocked on doors until somebody let them use a phone and somebody safe came and picked them up when danger was trying to get them.
Well, thankfully, I don't know if this is thankfully or what, however you guys want to interpret it, but a few days later, he was out of the hospital. And on that same day, they arrested his ass. because detectives had started putting it together and witnesses had started talking. Now Frank, Mr. Amahal ass, he get picked up later that night and he was questioned because they looked at his car and it's full of bullet holes because everybody shoot. So Frank reported, it's reported that he admitted that he was involved in the incident, but he said he was just there to drop Lacorrin off. Remember you said that. He didn't know what Lacorrin was on when they pulled up. But detectives and believe that he left as soon as Lacorrin got out the car, because the bullet holes were consistent with the witnesses' accounts that Frank had back then. So he's switching his story up. Now, because he said he backed in, but he left as soon as he greeted Jaquan's cousin, who was sitting in the car with Jaquan. Apparently they knew each other or something. But then later, he said that he didn't know why Lacorrin needed a ride. He also said he didn't see him with a weapon and didn't know he was there to buy drugs. So, yeah, you can't keep... Yeah, he's switching his story up a few times. Then another informant came in. Now, this informant was actually the man who set Lacorrin up with Jaquan. You know how you want, hey, man, I need some cash. You know somebody... Yeah, my boy, I got you. He put them both together. Now, here's the key. This person knew details that wasn't public. That's how you know that this wasn't random. It was already planned, and the plan was simple. Rob him, and if he fight back, take care of it. Lacorrin told that same dude that put them both together that Franklin said he would help him with the robbery and that he had a gun and he would shoot Jaquan if, he gave him some kind of resistance.
So the driver was in on it too? Jaquan's driver was in on the whole play.
Jaquan is driving with his cousin. He by himself. Franklin is in the car with Lacorrin.
Oh, okay.
But it's a dude that set Lacorrin up with Jaquan to get the gas.
Okay, I got you.
This the dude that's pretty much said, hey, Frank knew about that damn robbery the whole time. He lying. And he had a gun on him. So don't believe that shit by he didn't know he was just dropping them off. That's bullshit. He know what was up. So fast forward, they take that shit to trial. The trial lasts for 5 days. And the jury don't take long. They just took just over 4 hours. And you already know, because otherwise why would we be talking about Lacorrin? But he was found guilty. He was found guilty of first-degree murder and attempted armed robbery. But they had also charged him with aggravated assault, and he was found not guilty on that. Now, on March 11, 2025, he was sentenced to life with no parole for the murder. And then he got life again for the robbery, plus 30 years for firearm possession. That's it.
Wow. I hope all of those years are consecutive.
Yeah, they are.
What is it, consecutive or not consecutive?
Yeah, it's consecutive, concurrently.
Concurrent.
That's probably the word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Now, they did catch up with Franklin also. I need to put that out there, but he copped a plea. For the weed charge, he got 2 years, and it's already done because he got out early last year. So
he didn't catch no charge for the shootout?
No.
Franklin got off good.
They just got him for the weed charge. But anyways, that's the story of Lacorrin Raheem Calhoun.
Man, I'm trying to rob somebody for some grass. And to be honest, it probably wasn't even a lot. Even if it probably wasn't $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 worth. Like, you can't put a dollar amount on a life, but these dudes who take these penitentiary chances should at least put a dollar amount on the chances that you
probably. What's the smallest amount you can get? About $10, $20.
What, for some grass?
Yeah.
The smallest amount is the smallest amount you'll pay for, and somebody willing to sell you. Because
I don't even think Lacorrin had that much money. I feel like he ain't have but a little bit any goddamn way. So you he took penitentiary chances.
The whole idea was to rob. I'm not gonna say he had money. He didn't have money, but how much was they robbing for, and how much was that grass worth?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't even much.
You get what I'm saying now?
Right.
Like, even if it was worth $5,000 to $10,000, was $5,000 to $10,000 worth that many years of your life?
But do you think Jaquan even had that much on him like that?
He very well could have. I'm not gonna say he didn't. You know, I've seen dudes who have a pocket full of money and do something stupid and jeopardize the rest of their life when they had a whole future.
Right.
So I can't say that. I'm just saying, I hope we start wising up.
I mean, these shits gotta understand. You know, all it takes is one little thing, and you done fucked up your whole life. Now he has a natural life sentence. All over a fake transaction that turned into a real funeral.
For some grass.
Yeah. Everybody shoot. And I mean, and the sad thing is, I don't know why Jaquan was home. He could have been on break or whatever the fuck. Maybe he moved back. But he was doing decent, it sounded like. He done went to college. He has a decent personality. Looks like he might have had something to look forward to.
He was trying, but
he wasn't supposed to go out like that.
He knew what the streets was on.
Right.
Because he had his own fire.
He had it ready.
He was shooting back.
Right.
You know, he tried to defend himself. You know. That's why you try to promote to your kids not to be into the foolishness.
Because these kids was like 22 years old.
Yeah. And at 22, you think you so grown in the mind. You think you're so mature. But you're still a baby.
Just getting started. Just getting started. Just getting your feet wet. And Lacorrin, now, like I said, it's another life. It done turned into a life sentence. And he going to just sitting behind bars for a quick lick. It's a moment that lasts
for the rest of his life, natural life.
Costs everything.
Like when I said, you know, hopefully it's concurrent, I was thinking that, you know, maybe he could get out when he's 60-something, 70-something years old, but I didn't realize it was natural life. Like, that's forever.
Yeah, he's in there until he do like life and go to the upper room.
Dang, man. Your bad decisions, you're going to see concrete for the rest of your life, man. That's crazy.
So now it's 2 families destroyed, 2 lives gone, 1 in the ground, 1 in the cell. And I don't know, because I wrote this down for y'all to remember that everybody smiling in your face ain't trying to do good business. Some people done made up in their mind before they even pull up.
What I gathered from this is when you're a young person and you leave home for a reason and stay gone. Don't come back home. Don't come back home until you have accomplished your mission. Like, and the sad thing is, I got kids and I want them to go off. I want them to leave here where we live because it's a violent, crime-infested place. It's Florida.
Right.
So I want them to leave here. At least leave their hometown where they know everybody and they know all of the, you know people. Like, my kids are privileged to know the best of the bad and the best of the good coming around here. I don't know if that makes sense, but, you know, people in the political world and they know
people in the streets.
People in the streets.
Well, I'd
rather them go away and meet brand new friends, go somewhere in a college environment where everybody, not everybody, but the majority of the people have a very positive mindset and nature and surround themselves around that, man. Promote to your kids. They ain't got to go to college. Send them to Votech school. Send them somewhere. Do something. You know, I don't know.
Just get the fuck away from here.
Maybe you don't come from a place that's crime infested. And, I mean, it could be a beautiful place, but you've got to be a headstrong person. And to be a young person And the temptation that can come from a place like South Florida, like where we live, it's unbelievable. It's very difficult for a young person to navigate that. It's so much better for a young person to leave South Florida and find themselves and then come back home.
And that's what we hope Jaquan was doing when he went off to Texas.
Yeah, but he came back home.
He came back and he's still
if
trying to...
If you broke and you was exposed to it, I know how to make it. I know he got it, and I know he won't.
And that could
they don't want to sell to these boys, and I don't know they don't want to sell to these boys because they be jacking.
Right. He ain't been around. He gone.
Now you caught up.
Well, before we slide out, I just want to make sure y'all tapped in with us on all platforms. Follow us on Instagram at Florida Ain't Sweet Pod, and on TikTok, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Just search Florida Ain't Sweet. It's going to come right up. And also, if you know about any cases, missing persons, urban legends, solved cases, cold cases, especially if they black, and it happened right here in Florida, send it to me, FloridaAintSweet@gmail.com. We gonna do the research, and we gonna tell the story. And also, don't keep it to yourself, because trust me, people want to hear these stories. Tell a friend, tell your cousin baby mama, all of them, let them know. But all right, y'all, that was another one where the sunshine don't blind us and the streets don't lie. It's real heat in these streets, because Florida ain't sweet.